So today is October the 23rd, and I am basically just going to go over last night's homework. Monday night, the 22nd, we were supposed to do this page, and I have many students still lost. So I'm really hoping that maybe I can say a few things today for you to grab it. If you weren't here, hopefully I can get you to learn it. So, let's talk. First off, we got this thing called a coordinate plane. All this is, a coordinate plane, is this thing, okay? I need you to notice something, guys. Even though this does not have numbers, this is X, always, and it is all the way across, guys. These are always the positive on X. There is a 0 here. Then it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. Going this way, notice it is just like a number line. So on this side of the 0 is -1, -2, -3, -4. They just didn't put the numbers because it's messy. Okay? Same thing. This is another line. All it is a number line that honestly should be turned this way, but it's not. It's going up and down. It is Y. It's going up and down. Well, on the Y-axis, you're going up. This is like 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And going down the negatives. -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. Okay, I will say, on the test itself, I've already checked. The numbers are on it. That should help. Okay, now let's look at this thing. When you are looking at points, the first number is always your X. It is always going across. We talked about babies crawl before they ever stand up and do anything. I had another good way of remembering it, Miss May said earlier, was we're like getting on an elevator. You have to walk to get on the elevator before you ever go up in an elevator. So, or down. So, like this one, we got to go across the x-axis to -2. So, looking at my x, I go to -2, which is right there. Then, the second number is my y-axis. It tells me if I go up or down. So if I go up, like this one wants me to go to +4, it is at the letter S. Okay? So look at the next one. This is X, this is Y. So my X is -2. My Y is -3. So does it want me to go up or down? Down. It wants me to go down to this -3. -2, -3. And it's letter T. So you're always doing this before you do up and down. Like, that's just the way I keep saying it. So like number 3 here is 4 and 4. So where's 4? On the X. Over here. And the other, if that's a 4 also, I need to go up or down? Up to U. Does that help a little bit? Maybe? So look at this one. 3 and -5. So I'm on the X. I go to my +3. My second one's -5. Up or down? Down, because it's negative. -5. So I need a V. Okay. Then I have 3 and 5. I need to go over to 3, up to 5, and it is W. Number 6, 4 and -1. I go to +4. -1 means I'm going to go down. X. Number 7, -1 on the X is right here. Then +3 means I got to go up. So it is Y. And then number 8, -4. Whoops, -4 is right there. And -2. is Z. It's always X before Y. It's ABC order. X, then Y. It's never going to change. It's always X, then Y. It's always a cross before you go up or down. Always. Always. Yes?
It took me so long to do it because I had to look back to my notes and see the numbers.
Yes. Yes. And you can label the numbers. Like if you want to label them.
Are you doing that worksheet copy?
Yes.
Yes.
So the second part. So I want you to notice this. When it does, like I want you to look at directions because tonight's homework is not any different, but kids are giving me the wrong answers, okay? Look right here. It says identify the point for each ordered pair. This, like the parenthesis thing, is an ordered pair. The letter is the point or the fancy name for it, okay? That's not hard, but I need you to read directions. Okay, so the second part. It now says to use the coordinate plane above, write the ordered pair that names each point. So that means I need this. That is an ordered pair, like a pair of shoes. I need an X and a Y. Then identify the quadrant where each point is located. Now, we talked about quadrants yesterday. We talked about how the quadrants are in a letter C for coordinate plane. And honestly, if you're not sure, there's 4 quadrants. And I know someone was absent. They're weird. They do them in Roman numerals. So anything in this box, in this top right box, is quadrant 1. And I know it looks like an I, but Roman numerals. Then they go to this quadrant. Anything in this quadrant will be quadrant 2. This one will be quadrant 3. And this one will be quadrant 4. Okay? So there's 2 things they're asking for here. And it's, most kids have given me one and not the other. That's why I'm kind of slowing down on this. Okay, so let's look. Letter K. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to see if I can do it with a pen or something. So K is right here. I need to look at the x-axis first. What number is K at? 1. It is at positive 1. Well, where is it on the y-axis? 3. Positive 1, positive 3. It's in this quadrant. What quadrant is that? In 1, yes. So you should have 2 answers on all of these. The key is you can't flip-flop them. Like you can't go up and then over. You're going to get all the wrong answers. Okay, so let's look at 10. L. So see if what you wrote is right for L. We need to go across to negative 3. Be careful, negative 3. And negative 4, yes. And down to negative 4. What quadrant? 3. Okay. How about M? M is at 5 and negative 2. 5 is first. It has to be first. And negative 2. The quadrant is the 4th quadrant. Does this make sense? Is it helping?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
What should I do? Odd numbers?
Partial. So try N. Look at N. Where is N on the x-axis? It's right there. Negative 4 is my x. What is my y? Wait a minute. N is right here, though, guys. You got to look for the dot, which is going to be hard because that N is in the box. But it's up here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, negative 4. And then up, how many? 1, positive 1. And the quadrant is quadrant 2. It's weird, I know. Like, anyway. Okay, O. And I keep getting O. O is way down here. So what is the X? Listen, it's right here. -1. And the Y? -5. So -1, -5. Quadrant is 3. What I'm getting at is there is no other answer. Like,
-1 and I got -1. Because I thought that one was the bottom and not the
yes. Yeah, it's not that one. Okay, P is at 2 and negative what? -4. Quadrant 4. Okay. Q is at, let's see, right? It's right here, so it's -3 and +5, which is quadrant 2. It looks weird because of my fat pen, but it's a 2. And R is at 5 and 2. +5, +2, quadrant 1. It is always like, this is what my eyeballs do, and I know y'all can't see my eyeballs, but listen, my eyeballs do this. Whatever's first, like if it's 5, I go, where's 5? Up, there it is. Then they want me to go to 2, up, I go up to 2. Like my eyeballs are doing this before it does that. Or I'm doing this before I do that. Like, it sounds weird, but you're like, what worries me about you guys messing this up or not understanding it is like you're going to do this forever time. So I want to get you like, I want you to do good on it. Now, the bottom section. This is where we got to graph it. Got to graph it. You got to know how to do this. Okay? Yes.
Would we do like a picture? Like
Eventually, yes. Eventually. Eventually. So, what I'm going to do is this. Well, I'm trying to make it a little bit bigger, but... Okay. I realize there are no numbers on this thing. But guys, not all your graphs are going to have numbers. They're always the same. So this side is always what? Positive. Like this is 1. This is 2. This is 3. 4. 5. Going this way is always negative. Like, we just got to know that. That is something you have to have memorized. This is always X. Always. There is no, it's always X. The one going up and down is always Y. The ones going up are positive, always. And the ones going down are negative. Okay. Now we need to put these points. Graph, listen, graph, and label. That means give a name to each point on the coordinate plane at the right. They want you to literally label something A. Well, I need you to think about this. If it's -5 and 2, we're going to go across the X to -5. There's -5. Then I need to go up or down 2. Up 2. That is where letter A should be. Not in a box, like where the lines cross. Then we go to 18. 2 and 1. So if I go across the X to +2, and then I go up or down to +1. Up. So many of you I see writing like I'm worried. I think you're filling them in, but if you're just sitting there filling in dots, you're not learning anything. I think there's a good bit that didn't do their homework, and it worries me. Letter J here. They need 1 and -3. So I need to go to 1, and then -3 would be down. It would be right there. And you put your letter J. -5, and -1 would be right here, and it is a B. Okay, 3 and 3 for letter C. Over 3, up 3. That would be letter C. K, -1 and up 2 would be K. 0 and -1 is actually right there on the line, on the the y-axis. That would be L. It's kind of weird. Uh-huh.
That was kind of tricky, but I thought
It is. 2 and -5. So go across to 2. -5 goes down. It is D. Over 3, -2. Right here would be E. -4 and -5 is M. 1 and 5, which is way up here, is N. -2 and 5, whoops, I'm losing my mind, there we go, is F. -1 and -4 is G. And 5 and -5 is O. There are different things you're doing. Sometimes you're giving me ordered pairs. Those are literally the parentheses and the numbers. Sometimes you're giving me the name of the point, which is the letter. Sometimes you're giving me the quadrant. The quadrant's going to be the Roman numeral. Okay? All I can do is tell you this. If you do not practice, I don't know what I need to help you with. Okay? So this is the plan. We're going to do a quick checkpoint in the hopes that you get it to me and I can tell you what you're doing right or wrong. It is the same kind of questions. Give me the letters, give me the ordered pairs and graphic. Then I'm trading you kind of like for this homework sheet. It is easy breezy, the homework sheet, as long as you know what you're doing, it's easy. Okay? Listen, please, 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 please. Okay? This is the actual checkpoint. It has the numbers on it, so it shouldn't be too horrible. But I really need you to do it so I can see what you know. Okay? Tonight's homework. I'm still recording. I'm trying to. 1 second. Kind of, yeah. I'm talking to whoever will listen. Ha ha. Maybe all. 4, 1, 2, 3. So, we don't pass them that way. Okay, so all it is, this is the checkpoint, what I will be doing in class. The kids will do this checkpoint. It's got 3 sections down here. You're going to tell me where the point is, write the ordered pair, and then the last one is plot the point. Once they are done with this, they're going to grab a homework sheet. Now, first period did not get this sheet. It is a long story, but basically the lesson was not so good. And we tried to do a graphing of a picture, and it didn't turn out any good. So, I kind of changed this after first period. So first period doesn't really have homework, but the rest of us, and a lot of my first period did anyway because they're my lunch class, but they will be doing this, just more practice graphing points. Now, I will say, when you get on the homework, the very bottom section is kind of like review from last week. Just putting integers in order, from least to greatest or greatest to least. Okay? So, take your time, do the checkpoint, and bring it to me so I can get in your brain and figure out what you know.